So, welcome to the Scorpio full moon call on April 24th, 2024. To all those who are here with me and all those who are going to be hearing it as a recording. So, we were just having a pre-call conversation and about the day and about what's been happening in April for us. And there's been a consensus that it's been a very strong month, and also that today was very strong, which I also felt a lot of energy around today. But what has been happening all of April is like it's the most energetic. Well, actually, I think May is the most energetic month astrologically, with the most conjunctions and things going on. But May is lighter and easier, and this month we've just been going through the great purge, really, as we are still continuing to clear whatever is keeping us from being totally connected to our higher presence, and whatever's keeping us connected to the lower densities of the third and fourth dimensions. So, we've been writing the well, sometimes it feels like a tsunami, really, of the energies that's coming in to clear us, but it's all being done so that we can be aligned with our true essence, and we can shed the snake skin. Shed the snake skin is really coming up a lot. It came up in the how to navigate your week this week, and I'm even hearing a lot of other people talk about shedding the snake skin on their channels as well. So this is the time, and we have this full moon today, but it's it's not just a 1-day event, and it's actually not a 3-day event. It's actually a longer period of time, and during the next 2 weeks until the next new moon, but also until the next full moon has another cycle, and then also until the next new moon in Scorpio. So it's like, as we go through these astrological events and these portals, it's like cycles within cycles within cycles, and taking off one layer and the next and the next. And that's good that it's doesn't happen all at once, because if it happened all at once, it would be too much for us to handle, right? So it's the grace of and the mercy of uh, how things work astrologically and numerologically, and how they all line up, that it doesn't all happen at once, but it has these, like taking off the layers of the onion. So what we find with this full moon that we have now is it's really taking us into the deeper layers of ourself. Scorpio is really about diving deep within. Scorpio likes to look within, it likes to find the secrets. It's a water sign, so it can be really emotional. And it's about death and rebirth and transformation. So no wonder that we're feeling like we're shedding the snake skin, or things are coming up that we have to take a look at, both in our relationships and um, within ourselves. It's really a time to go within and look within. And, full moons are always about letting go. So we are still within the cycles of the big Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, which we just had on the 20th, and the full eclipse in Aries at the beginning of the month. All of these cycles are just keeping their, Mercury being retrograde is like going back and forth over that eclipse point like 3 different times. So it keeps getting activated. So, you know, the name of the game is change, and we can either experience the change with resistance and getting beaten up by it, or we can resist. We can have the intention to move with change with grace and ease, and allow the change to roll over us with gentler waves. So, but either way, we're going to be in the midst of this immense change. So let's just go into our heart space and really call in the ascended masters, the angels, so that we can um, be in their conscious presence. We can consciously be in their presence as they come in. So I would like to invite you to turn off your videos. That helps me stay a bit centered. Let's just place our hands on our hearts. First of all, place your hands like this. And this is the gesture that is honoring yourself and honoring your gifts. So let's just begin now with this gesture of honoring ourselves, honoring our gifts, honoring who we are, and what we bring to the earth through our presence. Just taking a breath on that and loving a bit on yourself, just saying, I love you. I love who I am. I love the gifts that I bring. Take a breath to recalibrate on that. And then when you bow your head, you're actually, with your hands here, you're actually honoring everyone else on the call and who will receive it, honoring their gifts, the graces that they bring. And it's such a wonderful thing to, first of all, honor ourselves and show up for who we really are. And then to give that back as the mirror to the others who come into our lives and on our calls. Because what happens here is truly the result of who shows up, right? The energies that you bring, the gifts that you bring, and it's just how it works on this planet. Okay. All right. So I'm going to make somebody else a co-host so that we can, it's saying that my internet is unstable. So, Giorgio, I'm going to make you a co-host. Hopefully, your internet is stable. And what that means is that if I did get knocked off, the call would continue and I would come back on. Okay. All right. So let's go to the invocation. Now placing both hands on your heart, just feeling how both hands on your heart opens your heart space. And I'm going to project the blend, opening the heart space. So receive it now. Breathe it in. Just taking it into the physical, the mental, the emotional, and memory bodies. And then blow it out into your space. Taking the breath now from the infinite void and bringing it right underneath your hands at the heart. And holding it there. Knowing that this is infinite potential. And now sending that infinite potential down through your lower chakras, through your feet, into the heart of Mother Earth. landing on the lap of Lady Gaia. She looks into your eyes and gives you a big hug. And she says, thank you for being here at this time. And thank you for the gifts that you bring. Thank you for how you're showing up in all the ways that you do. And now feeling the silver light of the Divine Mother, breathing it back up to your heart, holding it and letting it light up your four lower bodies, the physical, mental, emotional, and memory bodies with the silver light. And now opening your crown, and with the breath, sending out this silvery light through the crown to the heart of the sun. And you land in the temple, in the sun of our system, Helios and Vesta on their thrones. They nod their head at you in gratitude for your presence on the earth. And now you're surrounded by their golden light, and you breathe that in, back through your crown to your beneath your hands, activating the gold and silver connection in your heart flame, bringing earth to heaven, heaven to earth through your body. Now taking the breath again and bringing down this gold and silver light, sending it through your feet into the heart of Mother Earth. Just feeling yourself, what you're sitting on, what you're lying on, fully anchored to the heart of Mother Earth. And now we're going to take that breath up again. And we're just going to take it up through all the suns. So bring it up to the heart, opening the crown, go through the sun, the central sun and the great central sun, and all the way to your sun star presence, where you hold as the hierarchs, as the solar logos with your own twin flame. You are the sun of the system of worlds that you hold the balance for. Just let yourself tune into that. I'm going to give you the blend, remembering I am. This is the dissolving of the illusion that has kept you separate from your own I am presence, from the knowing of your greatness, from who you are as this magnificent star sun presence. So just breathing that in again. Calling it in through your own tube of light, bringing down your tube of light through all the suns, through the great central sun, through the central sun, through the sun, into your body and all around you and into the heart of the earth, anchoring the fullness of the cosmic being that you are and the specific codes that you carry into the heart of the crystalline grid of Mother Earth. And just take a breath here and just allow yourself to maybe even actually feel or visualize your tube of light as the power of 1,000,000 Niagara Falls coming down into the earth, around you, into the earth, flowing into the crystalline grid, seeding the crystalline grid with your own specific codes that you bring from your sun star presence into the heart of Mother Earth as the gift, as the offering that you give through your presence on Earth. Take a breath and just recalibrate on that. Now I'm going to just turn off my video while I do the invocation so you can be totally, close your eyes and be totally tuned into receiving the Ascended Masters and the angels as they come in. I call forth now 144 Hathor guardians and 88 Hathor gatekeepers. Take your places. Beloved Alpha and Omega, Helios and Vesta, God and Goddess Meru come. Lord Maitreya come. Gautama Buddha come. 5 Dhyani Buddhas. Place your presence here with us. Beloved Archangel Michael and the Archangels and Archei, and the 7 mighty Elohim and Eloi. Place your circle around us and anchor your pillars of light. Ein Sof come, mighty seraphim come, gold and silver dragons. Beloved Isis and Osiris, Yeshua and Magdalene, Kuan Yin and Avalokiteshvara, Cosmic Mother Mary, Queen of Heaven, Archangel Raphael, come. Beloved Lord Melchizedek and Metatron, Saint Germain and Portia, Pallas Athena, Goddess of Wisdom, Goddess of Truth, Portia, Goddess of Justice and Opportunity, Lady Liberty, Goddess of Liberty, Beloved Sanat Kumara and Lady Master Venus, Serapis Bey, El Morya, Katumi, and Dwa Kul, Lord Lanto and Confucius, Nada, Hilarion, and Paul of Venetian. Call for Sananda and Sanada, the Ashtar command. Your own twin flame and soulmate family. Your star ancestors, the Pleiadians, the Andromedans, the Lyrians, Syrians, and the 12 star systems who anchor the light in the presence for Earth's ascension process and for all of us. All in the dolphins, the whales, the unicorns, the dragons, and the mer people. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, the elementals who ensoul those aspects. Connect now to the fireflies, the butterflies, the dragonflies, the mystical beings, the dolphins, the unicorns, the fairies. And connect in now with the 144 aspects of our own I Am presence. The 12 aspects that we hold within all 12 dimensions. We ask now for the opening, opening, opening. To our awareness of these 144 aspects of who we are simultaneously in this moment of now, in all of these 12 dimensions. For we are ready to receive the fullness of the understanding and the knowing of the magnitude of our greatness. And as we connect now to the aspects of the numerology and the astrology of this Scorpio full moon, and as we embrace the uncovering of the secrets that is a part of the Scorpio energy, we would ask now that part of the secrets that get revealed to each of us is a deeper understanding of who we really are in all of those 144 aspects of our being. We open to receive the mysteries unveiled through this Scorpio full moon. For the time is now, and we are ready, and we are hungry for more. And we say yes, yes, yes. And thank you, thank you, thank you. So, beloveds, here we are again with all ascended masters, the angels, the beings of light. And I'm just feeling so expanded now after that prayer. Oh my God. You know, after the heaviness of the day that we were speaking about, and then, you know, we call in, we tune in, we connect to our higher presence, we connect to the masters and the angels, and it changes everything, doesn't it? So it's really about remembering to tune in many times during the day so that we can connect in to our own I am presence, to the angels, the masters, the beings of light who are always around us. Because this is where the joy is, and this is where the juice is, right? And yeah, I'm going to just read you a quote that I got from somebody today, and I don't even know who I got it for, but it said, "Show up to be yourself. When you are present, you don't have to worry about what is showing up for you." So when we make that connection to our own I am presence and to the masters and the beings of light, we are in the present, right? We are in what is actually real and essential for our life and for who we are, showing up to be at any moment in time. So let's take a look now at this Scorpio new moon. I haven't written a new moon in my notes, but it's really the full moon. So April 23rd and 24th, 2024. So when we take a look at the numerology of 4 of April 23, which reduces to a 5, and then the 8 for 2024, we come up with a 17-8. And the 8 is about immortality. It's about flow. It's the figure 8 flow. It's the recognition that we are an infinite being. And when we take the day of April 24th, which is today, which also the full moon was manifesting as in Europe, we get the 4 plus 6 plus 8, which comes up to an 18, which releases to a 9, and the 9 is about completions. So really what this full moon is about is so many completions. Like every full moon is about completions, but this one is really about completions. So the other thing about this moon is called the pink full moon. And I just love that because it really brings in that sweetness of the mother and the divine mother and the unconditional love that she brings. It's really named that not because the moon is pink, but because the flowers that are coming out at this time of the season, there's a lot of pink flowers. So we want to really welcome in that sweetness because pink also really connects into Lady Master Venus and the love and the sweetness. And Venus is highly prominent in this moon as well. So the overall theme of this Scorpio full moon is about transformation. It's about rebirth and it's about letting go. So those themes are up for all of us, I'm sure. We're really being called to surrender on a deeper level to who we really are and to this process, this purging process that Pluto is taking us through of transformation, and how this is happening through this Scorpio moon. So I'm just going to give you giving it up to spirit. So giving it up to spirit is really about just surrendering, not trying to control what's happening in our lives in any way, or, feeling like we have to control it, but more surrendering to the flow, which actually moves into that understanding that Scorpio is a water sign and that it's really about flowing with the changes, flowing with our lives, flowing with grace and ease from one cycle to the next. So I'm giving you that blend, giving it up to spirit, the great surrender. Receive it now. Close your eyes, breathe it in, and just take it into the physical, the mental, the emotional, and memory bodies. And then releasing it. So this full moon happens at 4 degrees, 18 minutes of Scorpio, the moon. The sun is at 4 degrees, 18 minutes of Taurus. So what we have here is we have the moon in Scorpio as the water sign, and we have the sun in Taurus as the earth sign. So Taurus is all about comfort. It's about beauty. It's ruled by Venus, right? It's about surrounding ourselves in coziness. It's the beauty of the earth. It's really about connecting to the beauty of the earth. Scorpio is about diving deep, uncovering secrets. It's about sex, rebirth, death. And it calls us to go inside, right? And just the fact that the sun is in Taurus, it's asking us to take a look at what's happening in our lives, in the physical plane. So this is all about culminations and completions, what we're finishing up that we don't need anymore, whether it's relationships or locations or where we're living physically, moving into a new home or a new situation, whatever it is, and much, much, much about releasing the limiting beliefs that we have been carrying through our ancestral line. and that we've carried over from other lifetimes, because truly it's time to shed the snake skin, to lighten up, to leave the past behind, and just keep our focus on the future. So I want to take a look now at, I think this is so fascinating when we take a look at the numerology and all the ways that it's playing out through the full moon. The Sabian symbol, which is a symbol that was channeled in, I think it was I don't know, 1925, I think. I didn't look it up this time. There was a symbol that was channeled for every degree of the zodiac. And so the Scorpio, number 4 degree of Scorpios, for 3 and 4, this Sabian symbol is a youth holds a lighted candle in a devotional ritual. And I thought, isn't this so wonderful? Because this is what we're really being called to do, is to hold the space, hold the devotional space, do the prayers for everything that's happening on our planet right now, the dismantling of that which is unreal, so that we can be birthed anew out of the ashes, and we can birth the new earth out of the ashes of the like the phoenix that every 500 years goes into the fire in order to renew itself and to create a new being. And this is what we're doing for our planet and for ourselves at this time. So holding the space, a youth holds a lighted candle in a devotional ritual. And then for the degrees of 4 to 5, it's a massive rocky shore resists the pounding sea. So I thought, isn't this interesting? Because we have Uranus and such a key player right now. And Uranus is all about sudden breakthroughs, about sudden shocks, about taking, it's about the Tower card in the tarot. It's about sudden shifts in consciousness, and often brought about by sudden events on the outer that just, throw us out of the tower, out the windows of the tower, as the lightning strikes the crown of the tower to throw the people out, so they land on their head to receive a new consciousness. And so this is sort of what's happening. So this massive rocky shore resists the pounding sea of these waves of change that are coming upon us sort of relentlessly now, to really help us get the breakthroughs that we need to have, both internally within ourselves and externally within our world. So the full moon takes place at 4 degrees and 18 minutes. So when I looked at the tarot cards, the number 4 is the Emperor, and this is all about stability and structure and sovereignty and power. So we are in this time of this Scorpio full moon. We are looking to create a greater stability. We're looking to create sovereignty within ourselves. We're looking to create empowerment around us, and we're looking to let go of the misuse of power, or dissolve the misuse of power and the structures and the situations around us that are not aligned with the highest good. Okay, so the number 18 in the tarot is the moon. So, I've never really deeply dived into the moon. But let me see, as a tarot card, because it's always been sort of strange and mysterious to me. So hang on a minute. I'm going to try to give you this document that I created as a screenshot. Okay. So hang on while I get this happening. Can you see this now? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see it? Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the emperor, you know, he's very solid. He's like really on the ground. He's got his feet connected to the earth. He's like on this stone throne, and he's just like really anchoring that stability, right? Now the moon, when we take a look at the moon, it is you know, the full moon that we've got going on now, but it's the mystery part of the full moon, right? So we have the dog and the wolf, and these are aspects of ourself. Now I can't do this the way I wanted to. So just take a look at this as the picture of the moon, because I took off what I need to read to you. So I'm going to stop screen sharing. Start my video, and I'm going to go to my script. Okay, so this is the description, and I'm just going to read it, of the tarot, because it is so connected to this moon. Okay, so the moon's imagery reveals like a scene under the night sky. A full moon shines brightly with two dogs or wolves howling at the moon. Below them lies a small pool of water and a crayfish or lobster that we're going to call the scorpion of Scorpio emerges from its depths. In the distance, a path leads to two large pillars. This image evokes mystery, uncertainty, and fear. The moon serves as a sole source of light, casting shadows and illusions that challenge perception. So this is what's happening now, is like we're in this time of like, you know, so much information and disinformation out there. And it's like we're constantly being challenged to discover and uncover and align with our own truth. The pool of water reflects the moonlight, concealing the scorpion, we're saying, which is symbolic of the hidden or repressed aspects of ourself. The path signifies the quest for truth and enlightenment, and the towers stand as a formidable boundaries that one must overcome or transcend. So we are all in the Great Mystery School of Life, and we are here to go through our initiations. And this is the whole point of like taking a look at the numerology and the astrology of these portals that we're going through, so that we can really decipher what it is that we're going through in the challenges of our life, the initiations, the tests that we're receiving, and how they're lining up with what is the mastery that we are called to step into next, right? So with this full moon, there's a T-square to Pluto. Between the sun and the moon are T-squaring Pluto. And this is really bringing us to a choice point, really a point where we are having to make new decisions for our life, new directions. The old is falling away, and we are in that point of, okay, what is next? What am I being called to step into that's even a bigger, greater aspect of myself than I have yet embodied? So Pluto in Aquarius is bringing up issues around power and control and truth and revelation. So we're looking at, maybe we're looking at relations. Some of you might be looking at relationships that you hold within your family or within your partnership, um, the power dynamic, the control dynamic that might be going on. We're certainly looking at that in terms of the outer dismantling of the financial system or the religious systems of the world, or the social systems, or how things have been set up to benefit the few rather than the whole. So Aquarius is really demanding that we do things in a different way, that we bring in new technology, that we find ways that are aligned to the greater whole. So the opposition of the sun and of the sun to Uranus, Jupiter in Taurus is really bringing up those issues of freedom. You know, Uranus is the shock factor and the sudden changes. Jupiter is the magnification of everything. So whatever Jupiter touches, it makes bigger. So if Jupiter and Uranus are in this conjunction and things start to shift in a big way, then Jupiter makes it bigger. It makes it, magnifies it. So we can expect that there's going to be unexpected events in our own life and in the greater collective that are all purposely designed to get us unstuck. So any place that we have been stuck in our life, and any way that we have been stuck and held in under control within society, these things are getting unstuck. So I'm going to give you that blend to help you move through this moment of the shock factor, or how things might be breaking free within your own life. The blend is called Breaking Free, Moving On. So just close your eyes now, just to receive it. Like, this is the moment where we get to free ourselves individually and collectively to move forward with our lives. So it's breaking free, moving on. Receive it now. And take the breath. And so what is it that your soul is asking you to move on from in your life? Is it limiting beliefs? Is it personality patterns? Is it relationships that you're involved in that no longer work? What is it that this Scorpio full moon is bringing to your plate for you to look at, to reevaluate, and free yourself from? So the sun being in Taurus is, like I said, it's really connected to the earth. It's ruled by Venus. When we go outside now, you know, spring is happening. It's a time of great beauty. It's a great unfolding, a great blossoming time on the earth. And when we really connect to the earth, to the trees, we have these conversations with the elements, with the trees, with the birds, with the all of nature, this is when we find our own alignment. Because ultimately, even though we are from the stars and we are star beings, we are having this moment on planet Earth, right? And the more we tune into the frequency of the earth, we ground our light through our bodies into the heart of the earth. Earth and nature will show us our path. It will help us move through all of the changes, because like nature resists not. The trees, they're anchored in the earth, they're connected to the stars, right? But they don't resist what's happening. Like when the wind comes through them or the rain comes down, or even when the waters flood around them, they don't resist it. They move with it. So this is what we're really being asked to do, is to move with the changes that are happening in our world and on the earth. So I'm going to give you the blend. It's called Earth Love. Receive it now. Close your eyes and breathe it in. And hold it. So just take a moment to think back on if you've been in nature recently. Hopefully we all have. What has the message that nature has been trying to get through to you about your moving forward at this time? One thing that comes to mind is the blossoms, right? All of the flowers that are blossoming. It's telling us to blossom, to open the petals of our consciousness, and to open the petals of our crown chakra, so that we can receive now a higher consciousness that's coming in through this portal of Scorpio. It's asking us, what they're telling me is it's asking us to open to the frequencies of the stars consciously, and the positioning of all of the planets where they are right now. Just close your eyes and just like you can, it's like we're opening our crown to be able to project our consciousness and our vision out into the stars, to connect with this divine dance that's happening out there with the planets as they're moving around at this very moment. And as we close our eyes and we open up our antennas to receive it, we are receiving the gifts and the graces of all of the conjunctions, of all of the alignments that are there at this very moment. Receive it now. Beautiful. So one of the things that we can expect changes in is the financial situation on planet Earth. Banking has, as it's been done, as we have been sort of held also in that under the control of the banking system, and really kept from having the abundance that is truly ours as our birthright. So Taurus is about wealth and banking, and Scorpio is about investments and big money, and also how money has been corrupted. So what we want to do is know that there are big changes coming in the financial realm, but not to fear it, to know that already there are things in place that are going to take us as that rainbow bridge from what we've always known to something even better. And that the abundance of Saint Germain's great golden age is just like it's up there, like those balloons that are in a net that are held up there for like New Year's Eve. And then when the clock strikes 12, it all comes down, right? So this is what the image that I'm getting is it's all really right there. The abundance that we are all to receive is right there to be lowered into the planetary dimension, the third and fourth dimension for us as this evolution. We'll call it an evolution, right? From the old way of the banking systems and the way that they've been going and created that was not aligned with the highest good to the new systems that are already there that are going to bring in abundance and a great change on planet Earth. So let's just open ourselves to this new abundance coming through. I'm going to give you that blend. It's called Alchemy for Opulence. So opulence is rich abundance. So all you have to do is say, I'm ready to receive it. So let me project it first. Alchemy for Opulence. So close your eyes and receive it into the physical, the mental, the emotional, and memory bodies. And take the breath, hold it. Hold it beneath your heart, your hands on your heart, and repeat after me. Beloved, I am presence. I am ready. I am so ready. And I decree that the time is now for me to receive my rightful inheritance from the great cosmic bank account that I have accrued through all the good works of all my lifetimes. It is time, and I am ready to receive lavish abundance and the support of all good things for my life directly from the universe. For I am willing to dissolve and transmute all false beliefs of limitation in any area of my life, that which I have carried over from other lifetimes, and that which I have carried over through my ancestors and my parents. I don't need it anymore. I'm opening, opening, opening. The infinite blessings that the universe has for me in all aspects of my life. And I say yes, yes, yes. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I open to receive it now. So Chiron and Venus are both conjunct the north node of the moon. And the north node of the moon is our future, right? So Venus, again, is about the love. It's about abundance. It's about beauty. Chiron is about healing the inner child. So this combination is about healing with love. So as we're going through this process, we have to love ourselves through it. And it's so important not to be in judgment of whatever is coming up within our consciousness, within the fears, within the waves of change that are coming on, all those things are just, the light is coming in so intensely that it's bringing to the surface whatever we're holding on to that is not truly aligned with the infinite being that we are. So through this shedding of the snake skin, we are actually transmuting our family limitations, our ancestral beliefs, our cultural limitations, our cultural beliefs. You know, the thing that's so fascinating as you go from one country to another, I don't know how many of you have traveled very much, but what is an absolute truth as believed within one culture is totally the opposite in a different culture, you know? So traveling really helps us understand that these beliefs that we carry are what we would consider truth at any moment, but it's not a universal truth. And when we get more information, our truth changes as well because we're always evolving, we're always growing, right? So the beautiful thing is that we're growing, and that's what we're here to do, right? This is what we're here for on this planet. We're all on the mystery school. We're all, so the mystery school of Earth is always giving us opportunities to receive a bigger truth. Yeah. And it's exciting, right? Because this is what keeps us moving forward. So the thing is that going back to this healing with love, we have to see the what our tests, our initiation, and what we're going through as the greatest love of our soul. Because our soul just wants to us to find ourselves, to become authentic, and to anchor the truth of our own being within us and into the heart of the earth. So I'm going to give you that blend. I love the name of this blend. It's called the Love's Sacred Alchemy. So how much can you love yourself? How much love can you just and goodness can you just look into the mirror every morning and say, oh, you are just the most amazing being ever. The gifts that you bring to earth are so special. Looking into the eyes of your inner child every morning and just saying, you know what? Love on your inner child. Love on who you are. Love's sacred alchemy will bring forth the greatest magic of transformation that you can bestow upon yourself. Okay. So, or another, your children, your family, you know, holding that place, going back to holding the flame for others, holding the flame for what's happening on the earth. This is love's sacred alchemy. When we can keep our vibrations high, no matter what we're going through, and really hold the vision for the new earth that's being created now through our collective intention. So here's the blend. Close your eyes. Love's sacred alchemy. Receive it now and breathe it in. And hold it. Place your hands on your heart. Feel your heart open to receive this blend. Love's sacred alchemy. So what if each of us could walk through the crowds on a daily basis, really aligned with that frequency and that vibration of love's sacred alchemy? So as I was in Albania and walking through the crowds there along the sea, and now I'm in Germany and I'm walking in the crowds today of the market, you know, if we can go through our days connected to the love's sacred alchemy, you know, one of the things that I do when I go through the crowds is just project, you are a divine being, you are a divine being, you are a divine being, wake up, you are a divine being, wake up. Yeah. And just projecting that out, it's it's a service, right? It's a service that we can provide just by being who we are, our authentic self, and the light that we carry. So this is our duty here. This is what we're here for, to shine the light, to be the light, to anchor the light, and to grow the light within us. So Mars is conjunct Neptune right now. Neptune is the mystical planet. It's the spiritual planet. Mars is about moving forward, going on, going up, getting the show on the road, right? Mars right now is in Pisces, which is also the spiritual sign. It's a spiritual house, right? So Mars is feeling a little bit held back right now because it can't go forward like with full speed. But the good news is that it's conjunct Neptune and they're both connected now. Mars in Pisces with spirituality and Neptune as a spiritual mystical planet, right? So this is allowing us to put our energy into the spiritual aspects of our being, to open up to a greater compassion, to a greater love. Yeah. Today is Wesak, where we celebrate Buddha's birthday, his enlightenment, and his death, So look at those cycles, the birth, the enlightenment, the death, right? So this is the cycle that we're in too, right? Buddha was born as the son of a king. He was born a prince, and when he was in the womb, there were these seers who were looking into who he might be, and there were two predictions. He would either become a great king or he would renounce the luxurious life and become a great spiritual leader. So his father wanted him to become a great king, and his mother wanted him to become the great spiritual teacher, right? So the father kept him within the confines of the royal court for most of his life until he grew up to, I don't know, I don't know what the age was, but as a young man, he actually got married and had a child before he escaped out of that. And he went out and he saw the things that were outside of the palace realm, right? And he saw suffering and he saw death and he saw dying. And he said, you know, that part of himself that was the great teacher got activated by going out. And so he actually escaped from the palace and to take on this new life of the spiritual teacher, the healer, the one who had the compassion for the things of the world and the people of the world and their suffering. But the thing that we want to remember about what he said is pain is inevitable, but suffering is an option, right? So it's how we meet the obstacles of our life that determine whether we are in suffering or we are in transformation out of that experience. Mm-hmm. So this is the moment when we get to see everything that happens in our life as a blessing. And as Rumi says, greet every gift that comes to your everything that comes to you as uninvited guest that brings the blessing. So when we can look at our lives in that way, everything's a blessing. And we may not see the blessing of it at the moment, but later on, we will see how it changed us and how it helped us to grow in our mastery and to become even greater than we were before we had that unexpected guest show up at our door, right? So let's just take a breath on that. And let's just bless all the things that come into our life as opening us to a greater aspect of our own infinite being. And the blend I'm going to give you is opening to the infinite. So close your eyes to receive this. And this is opening to the infinite possibilities of the gifts and the graces that are out there for you, and how the universe just wants to pour upon you the cornucopia of light, of love, of infinite abundance. And all the universe is asking you to do in order to receive the infinite graces and potentialities is to get out of your own way, to let it go, to give it up. So just feels how good that is, you know, like in the Stargate. And for those of you who have been involved with the Stargate, they always say, you know, you don't have to do anything. You just have to receive the energy. Yeah. So what if that was true? What if all this striving that we feel like we have to do to get to our next place wasn't really about that, but it was really about being present to receive the presence, being present to be fully who we are. It's a beautiful thing. It takes the pressure off, isn't it? It's like, wow, I just have to show up and be myself, love myself, and the universe, and be willing to move with the waves of change. We have to do that. And we do have to take action when we're called to take action. But the truth is, the universe has got us covered. When we stay in that place of being willing to take the next step. So I don't know, everybody's on my email list. I don't know if you saw the how to navigate your week, but it was about stepping up to be the stag, to be in our mastery. And then the next one, the central card was the novice, doing it in a new way, being willing to experience in our lives in a new way, to surf the waves of change with awe and wonder. Like, I don't know how this turns out, but I'm willing to take the journey, right? And doesn't that, when you go to that place, I'm willing to take the journey, doesn't it feel exciting? It's like, wow, I can let go of the branches on the side of my own river that are, you know, I'm in the river of my own life. I'm getting beaten up against the side because I'm holding on to the branches out of fear. But when I can let go of the fear and I can know that I am supported by the universe and my own I am presence, then I float to the current of the river of my own life. And the current of my life takes me to the next amazing opportunity it takes me to my soul group family. It takes me to my lover, my new lover. It takes me to the abundance that is just waiting to be bestowed upon me. It takes me to all the good when I can relax, ride the waves of change through the current of my own life because it's all there. All I have to do is be present and say yes. Yeah. So let's say yes. Let's everybody say yes. Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to give you that blend. Say yes, let it be easy. Because you know what? We can either get caught in the undertow or we can surf the waves. So let's surf the waves, okay? Say yes, let it be easy. Receive it now. And breathe it in. And while you're here, put your hands on your heart and go, what can I say yes to in my life right now to make my life flow with grace and ease? Okay, so I don't know, this had a magical flow all of its own. It wasn't what I thought was going to happen, but I know it's getting late, but I would like to really see what Neptune and Luara, the hierarchs of the water element, have for us, what wisdom and advice, and what Gautama Buddha would like to share. So I think this is not going to be so long, but let's just open up that channel to see what they want to share with us. Okay, so I'm going to stop my video so I can go inside. You can leave yours on or turn it off again, whatever you wish, as we go into this sacred space. Once again, just going to your heart space, putting your hands on your heart, having the image of Gautama Buddha. The Wesak festival was held in the Himalayas in that secret valley last night or tonight, depending upon, it's all the same anyway, right? It doesn't matter what night it was, if it was last night or night, because we're in the quantum realm. It's all happening at once. So let's just project ourselves through our macabre body to the sacred valley where beings of light gather, great masters, great ascended masters, beings of light gather in the etheric, and masters who are still in their physical body find their way to that valley in the Himalayas where at the time of the full moon, Gautama Buddha appears in his etheric body to bring forth a thought form for the next year, and to bring forth blessings. Gautama Buddha holds the office as the Lord of the world. So it's through this office that he holds as Lord of the world that he brings these dispensations and these blessings to the earth. So let's just take a breath and project yourself to this sacred valley. Gathered there with all the masters, the angels, the beings of all planes and dimensions. At this moment of Wesak. So I, Buddha, Gautama, Lord of the world, come to stand within your sacred circle to place my presence over each of you as my present and my gift. Feel now my etheric light body as a cocoon of light around each of you. As I transfer now the peace, the compassion of my attainment to each of you. Feel my presence as the Buddha, anchoring through your physical body and into the heart of the earth. As I invite you to become the Buddha within and without. As you hold space for this great transitioning on planet Earth, I invite you now to contemplate and to hold space as the Buddha in this city, sitting on the lotus and firmly anchored to the heart of the earth and to the physicality of earth. And yet, at the same time, fully connected through your crown to the infinite being that you are, and all that you are remembering about yourself. As one by one, the lotus petals of your crown chakra open, open, open to greater attainment and remembering. And so you see yourself, the Buddha in the city, fully grounded into the heart of Mother Earth and fully connected to your great God presence. To you as the all-knowing, everywhere present, all-powerful being that you are. Anchoring that within your physical body as you sit on the lotus pad and fully aware of all that is going on around you in the third and fourth dimension. The death, the dying, the rebirth, the cycles of life, and all of the beings of this planet going through their initiations of the great mystery school of planet Earth. And you, as the child holding the lit candle in devotion, and as the Buddha holding the space. Your vibration keeps you in a higher frequency that allows you to hold space without getting caught in the physicality of all of it. Even those of you who are the empaths, yes, you are here and you are wired to feel the suffering happening on the earth, even as the Buddha went out to see the cycles of death and dying. But through the enlightenment, raised himself into the higher frequency, even to the point of becoming Lord of the world, but holding that space for all of Earth's evolutions. So this is what I bring to you as the Buddha. I project to you my attainment of holding this space into your four lower bodies, the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the memory bodies, that you might be able now to hold a greater alignment with the Buddhic frequency, holding space, holding space, holding space, and ever moving forward to your own higher consciousness and alignment, both with the Christ consciousness frequency of unconditional love and the Buddhic awareness of all knowingness. And so, beloved, this is my gift to you on this Wesak, my presence with you and over you and in you. For truly, we are one. There is no separation. Open, 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 and receive me fully. And now I place a replica of the crystalline Buddha within your heart, of the rainbow light body that I carry. And become aware now of that with each beat of your heart. This rainbow light body from my crystalline light pulses throughout your four lower bodies as I assist you to put on your rainbow light body of enlightenment. As the Buddha, in the city. And now I leave you with my words, and I leave you with my present, of my presence over you, and the image of the crystal Buddha rainbow light, anchored both within your physical heart and your high heart. Thank you for receiving me. So take the breath and receive the blend equipoise for coming to the center point. And now we invite the message of Neptune and Luara, the hierarchs of the undines of the water. I am Luara, and I come with my beloved Neptune into your sacred circle. And we come to bestow upon you the fluidity and the adaptability of the water element, that truly you may resist not the changes coming into the planet and into your lives. For like the water, you always have options. You can go around the obstacle. You can go over it. You can go under it. And you can go through it. And this adaptability, like the water, will allow you to move through your initiations with grace and ease, and to even receive the grace of the mother. But this adaptability will allow you to change frequencies at will and as necessary. Even though the water element can be solid when it's frozen. It can be water, moving and fluid. It can transmute into steam when the fire is too hot for it to stay in that form of the water. Where you see that water is truly multidimensional and infinitely adaptable. And it can be soft as a gentle stream coming down the mountain. And it can have the power of the Niagara Falls. It can be comforting as the water of the sea when you're swimming in it. And it can be powerful as the waves in the midst of a storm. And yet, water is always water. It's authentic, it's adaptable, it's willing to move with the winds of change. It makes no apologies. For changing form. and being authentically an expression of itself in every moment. And so we come to you with this gift of adaptability of the water element and the undines. And we invite you to cleanse and purify yourself within the sacred waters. As we begin to reveal to you the sacred mysteries of the water and how the water carries consciousness and wisdom and knowledge. Through the ethereal waters that come through the crystalline light of the great central sun and anchor within the physical waters of the earth. And we will reveal to you as is being revealed through that one named Veda, who is photographing the crystals and doing work even beyond what Dr. Emoto discovered about the water. And this is important because you are 99% water. And yes, 99% space. It's the great mystery. But as you learn to work with the water and to program it through your consciousness, through your thoughts, and even things that you place upon your water containers as words, or the music that you play to it, you can begin to use water as the divine alchemy for manifestation in your life. Water is consciousness. And consciousness is infinite. You can program your water to heal yourself. You can program your water to bring forth abundance. You can program your water to bring your physical desires into manifestation through your thoughts, through your visioning, and through your focus. And so this is the gift that we bring to you, this new awareness of how you can use water to manifest the desires in your life and in your world. And most of all, how you can bring peace and grace and ease into your life by being adaptable and welcoming in the change. And so this is our message to you. We love you. We thank you. Thank you for receiving us. invite us to be your mentors and to teach you the secrets of the water. We leave you now.